really want to figure this out where I can do it in the right time frame, but also like not rushing anything. And I just want to get out of here. I want to get. I know that God has a plan for me, and it's to be in prison right now, but it's not stay here. Because He brought me here for a reason. But He also wants me to do something on the outside. I know I just can't sit here and just wait.
I've got a couple of attorneys here I can talk to.
I just want to get out of here. I just want to get out of here.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're all well. So this is the actual video to the audio that I had a while back. So I played the audio on my channel and a lot of people listened to it, but I didn't have the video. I didn't realize there was video to go with it. Someone sent me the audio and I was brand new at the time. I'd only just started doing YouTube and I didn't realize that the audio was Jay's. So I had to put in the description it was from Jay because I thought it was from this other YouTuber. So Jay emailed me and I got it all straightened out anyway. But I honestly believe that it was this other YouTuber that sent it me. So this is a recording taken from a podcast called Jay's for Justice podcast. I'll put the details in the description. It's from 2020, so this must have been 2 years later after he'd been sentenced. Around the time he was thinking about using what's called 35C, Title 35C. It's a clause to help you get out of prison. It's a clause or it's a loophole. From what I gather, it's from around the time that this woman, this lady Anna, was befriending Chris and was saying that she was going to try and help him because there's all sorts of shenanigans that went on years ago with fundraisers and all sorts. So if you've only been looking at the case like I have the last 18 months or so, I think it's interesting for us to have a look at. And those of you that are diehard fans would want to see it anyway. I mean, those of you that are diehard fans of the case, not diehard fans of me, obviously. Now, what I've managed to find out, I've pulled this up, is Mark Gillespie, private investigator. It says, Mark Gillespie, forensic expert, cold case, criminal defense investigator, private investigator, certified instructor, a live active shooter survival program. But I just thought it was interesting because, and I don't know whether he was trying to engage him in conversation just to try and get him to talk, or he was just genuinely trying to help Chris get out of prison with that Title 35C at the time, or were they just, pandering to him, were they just humouring him just so they could get some material, some content out of him? I don't know. The full video is over at Jay's website. I'll put the link in the description for it. They discuss the call afterwards, so now I wouldn't normally put someone's details up, but obviously he's in the call, he's the one on the call, and either way, I mean, if he wants to make that call and appear that he's helping Chris, or if he isn't helping Chris and he just wants content, either way, he's in the public domain now, so this is his LinkedIn. The only reason I'm looking at this is trying to ascertain who he is. It's not to go and harass him or anything like that.
Hey buddy, how's it going?
Not too bad. Thanks for taking the call.
Yeah, is it just you or is Anna on also?
I'm here too.
All right, cool. All right, so just talk to me. I don't want to be the one monopolizing the conversation. So tell me what you want to know from me, or just tell me what's on your heart.
Well, just going into law library as much as I have, I see a lot of cases. I've heard a lot of cases around here, guys. I've seen a lot of cases where the DA or the judge have had a lot of misconduct, but the judge has ruled, say, well, it's not egregious enough, or it's not that that wow factor enough to really sway in the defendant's favor. I'm looking at the things that I know. I mean, I've never dealt with law before. With all this, I'm winging it in the law library as I am, and God directed me through little things like through the poisonous tree, the Brady law, and different cases that just they pop out of nowhere, but I know what God is putting in front of me, and I see all these things that relate to my case. I just don't know how to frame this. Where like when I do this 35C, I've had this paperwork with me for probably a couple months, and I know I only have a year left to appeal some of those Class B and C felonies at a 3-year limit or 2-year limit, and I really want to figure this out where I can do it in the right time frame, but also not rushing anything. And I just want to get out of here. I want to get I know that God has a plan for me. And it's to be in prison right now, but not stay here. Because He brought me here for a reason. But He also wants me to do something on the outside. I know I just can't sit here and just wait. I know there's waiting, doing nothing, and there's waiting that I'm seeking an action verb. That's what I'm doing. But I also want to know what action to take, because I have no intellect when it comes to the law. But I know He can teach me, and that's what I'm just waiting for. Things to fall into place. I still know how to do it.
I got you. And you don't have the benefit of an attorney that is in your hip pocket, so to speak. Okay, I've got a couple attorneys here I can talk to that can maybe help. Get some good results, get some good advice for you in terms of forms and what to say, things like that. That's not going to be an overnight process for me to, get the results, we want. It's going to take some time, but, I'm not saying overnight, but I am saying maybe several days or a week or so. So let me see what I can do along those lines. Because I know you're in a tough spot, and it's how do you know how to do something when you don't know what it is you need to do? So it's tough. So I get
it's not
it.
like a trial by error thing, but I know with the law is like, all right, you're gonna run into certain things where the motion's gonna get denied, or like whatever I write down, the judge might think, well, that's not. What you're claiming isn't enough to go back to. You're not warranted a trial. You're not warranted to have this appeal granted, denied. And it's like, well, what do I do then?
Yeah.
And I don't want to get disheartened when that happens. I know it'll probably happen at some point, but not all motions are all appealed or granted off that. That's why I want to make sure I write this the right way. When it goes there, they see like, oh well, like, do I put everything down that I know, or just like, I don't want to put everything down so they know everything that I'm on,
Well, okay, let me address a couple things in what you just said. First of all, you live in a closed society now. Every door is shut in your face. You cannot go from one. You go to one wall, you can't go further. You got to turn your left, you can't go any further. So you know what I'm saying? You're in this perpetual. This room with no door, so you cannot get through. You got that? You understand that? What I'm trying to say? So your world is controlled. You hear the word no probably more than you hear the word yes in that system. So one thing you need to be very accustomed to is being denied, being turned down, being told no. You with me?
Yep.
Okay. Now, some people will lose hope very, very quickly, because everywhere they turn, every time they talk to someone, they're hearing things they don't want to hear. They're being told no. You can't do this. You can't have that. You can't go here. You can't go there. Whatever legal action you're trying to do.
Attorney's calls may be monitored and recorded.
Whatever you're trying to do, you're always being told no. What you can't do is allow yourself to lose hope. Don't take no for an answer, and don't give up the first time you're told no. You understand?
Yeah.
So the key in all this is you got to be strong. You got to be physically strong. You've got to be mentally strong. And you've got to understand that, you know what? You're the underdog, but underdogs can win. They can be a dog in the fight. So I want you to get this attitude that no matter what you do, we're not going to take no for an answer. They tell us no, we're going to try again. They tell us no again, we're going to try again. You've just got to keep persevering and don't lose hope, okay? Because I tell you what, you lose hope, you'll lose your life. All right?
Yep.
So just keep a positive attitude about all that, and don't take any steps back. Just keep moving forward, even if it's a small step. Move forward and not backward. Okay.
Okay. Just like in my devotional today, it was mentioned Esther. It was a door of hope, and the Lord was speaking to Esther, and she was saying to the Lord, I've led you to the wilderness, but I will plant in that wilderness vineyards. If you go through the valley of Kor, which is the valley of trouble, I will put a door of hope. But even though you're in a wilderness, you're going to plant vineyards in that wilderness. Though you're in the valley of trouble, it's going to be a door of hope in that trouble.
That's great. Well, I'm proud of you. Good job. Keep that up. Keep your nose in that book too.
I will.
Yeah.
So, Chris, what were you saying before we got cut off about when he asked? I can't remember what it was, but you were talking about the evidence and your confession that wasn't true.
Well, I just know that I've never experienced anything like this before. Like from the tragedy that happened, from the law enforcement, to the interrogation, the jail, the prison, all this was new. All this was new, and I know that even though I've never had something like this happen before, I knew the shock and the trauma was there in my mind. I didn't know how to process it. Every question that they asked me, I was just agreeing with them and just going along with what they said, because I was like, well, I guess we got to tell them something. And even when they came here to prison and interrogated me, they were in the street clothes acting like they were just talking to me, when in retrospect they were actually interrogating me again. And I know for a fact that, that interrogation and I used, because they were here in Wisconsin, and they're all Colorado based. So all that is like null and void, but still, they're going to try to use all this stuff against me. But I know that from that interrogation to the first one, and all that was like a coercive type psychological intimidation of someone that, had never been in that situation before, and they just used that to their advantage. Well,
Chris, what you witnessed firsthand is is a game. It's like getting back to the old biblical days, where you've got the big Roman soldier in the pen with the little guy, and you're fighting for your life, and you don't know what to expect, but that's a terrible analogy, and I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, you just didn't know what was going on, and it's a game. That's what I tell so many people. This is a game that they're playing. You are the prey. They're the hunter. You're the prey, and they've got you exactly where they want you. And most times they're going to get what they want, because you know what? They keep you for hours. They deprive you of your basic needs. And as every second that you're with them in that chair and they're bearing down on you, your mind is actually deteriorating. Your mind is playing games against you. And that's why we have so many times where people give confessions for things that they just did not do. And it's because, you know what? They want to get out of there. They want to just tell them what they need to know, what they're asking, what they're interested in, so they can get out and go home. Well, you know what? Guess what doesn't happen? They don't go home. And their life is forever changed. So it's...
And then it was like after I told them what they wanted to hear, then they offered me food.
Exactly.
It was just so strange. But the thing I know, like where you're talking about playing a game, is when the CBI agent and the FBI agent, like when the CBI approached the woman, when she questioned me for hours, and then after those hours of interrogation, she puts me on a polygraph. And then I'm exhausted at this point. And then after that, I'm sitting in there alone, and I hear them. It's because the film intercom doesn't pick it up. And I I hear that outside the door, you know, the FBI agent comes up to, oh, how did you do? And she said, oh, he did pretty good, but I think we get some more out of him. And they come in with this game face saying, okay, you lied. I'm thinking to myself, wait, I thought she just sounded pretty good. You know, and I didn't question about it. I just believe what she said and I think that I made it. But I know for a fact she said, you did pretty good, but I think we get some more out of him. I'm just like, I'll only think about this stuff way after it happens.
All right, Chris.
Like, wow.
Chris, that's a little game, and I can tell you for a fact that they did not administer the polygraph in the proper way. You should have been on the top of your game, mentally, physically, spiritually, when they gave you that polygraph. You should have had a good night's rest. You should have before they gave you that polygraph. So I don't trust the polygraph. I don't trust the results, and they use that as a hammer over your head to scare you, because the polygraph scares everyone because of its reputation. We can talk more about that later.
Yeah. Well, thank you for taking another call. I think got like 30 seconds left, but I know that, you know, God can lead me on how to write this thing up to get it back, and I just thank you for helping me and just going into that discovery. I mean, you don't have to do it, but you're doing it. And I just believe that you got some information on your heart that's really gonna break this thing open too. Good.
We're with you.
All right, he got cut off.
All right. Okay. Next time that you need me to come online, Anna, do this. Call me, and then if I don't answer immediately, text me.
Okay.
So I have to tell you, my phone screws up sometimes, and I don't want to miss a call or a text. So just as a backup plan.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything we need to talk about?
Nope. I'm just gonna call his parents now and let them know.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Just stay in touch with me.
I will. And if he calls back and wants to talk again, then I'll just text you or call you.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
So from what I gather, Motion 35C, it's Motion 35C, not Title 35C. That's totally different. That's building regulations. Motion 35 is for an unjust conviction. So I'd imagine it's the same as in Britain, it's an unsafe conviction. So you either appeal against your sentence. If the conviction is unsafe, it means something went drastically wrong and you shouldn't have been convicted, or you can appeal against the length of your sentence. So those are the two main ones. So that would make sense because Chris has already been convicted, and this is what he's probably trying to access, this Motion 35, for whatever reasons. I mean, he's living in cuckoo land to think that he'd ever get it.
Post-conviction litigation is both the most challenging and the most rewarding work that a criminal defense attorney can do. It gives us a chance to right a wrong and to get an unjust conviction overturned. And that's something every lawyer should be passionate about. Now, there are really three stages to a criminal case: the trial stage, the appellate stage, and then the stage that a lot of people don't know about, and that's post-conviction or Rule 35C litigation. We call it that because Rule 35C of the Colorado Rules of Criminal Procedure provides the opportunity for a defendant to come back into the trial court and launch a constitutional attack on the validity of his conviction or his sentence. Now, when we're working in a Rule 35C proceeding, we're working on different issues than we work on a direct appeal. And a lot of those issues have to do with mistakes or errors committed by the trial attorney. These kinds of mistakes or errors we frequently refer to as ineffective assistance of counsel. And that's because every defendant should have the right and does have the right to effective assistance of counsel. This is a constitutional right under both the United States and Colorado Constitution. So when we practice in post-conviction litigation, we are really practicing constitutional law, and we're defending the right of every person to get a fair trial and to get a trial that includes the effective assistance of counsel.
So that's today's video. If you can't do the crime, no. That's today's video. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. That's it. Good night. You thought I forgot, didn't you? Remember, don't have nightmares. That's a wrap. Wednesday, Tuesday. Okay. Afterwards. So when Chris said so that the... Take 8. Take 10. That's it. That's a wrap.